I'd say we'd go in and spend a while, but
It's gonna close. Are these preserves and stuff?
old-time candy stores.
Oh.
I gotta bring in at least Jill, this is Matt, Jill.
Hey, Jill. Are you the purveyor of this establishment?
Yes.
Wow, you got a lot of good stuff here. Can I have a piece
Sure.
of mixed nut with toffee right there? How long have you owned this place?
I have owned it since 1999.
Okay. Wow.
It's been Piper's since 1905.
1905.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of history in this little square.
This is my opportunity to tell the world how great Dave is because
Well,
He's pretty great.
no, he really is. Seriously,
I got her
I'm conscious.
Yeah. You know, when I walked into the store, he said, "Do you take hugs?" And when somebody says that, they're good. How much do you pay her to say all this stuff? He's like, "We have to stop here at 5:52. I wanted to travel around America and like feel Americana. And right now, this is about as Americana as we can get. I mean, this whole neighborhood, you know? And the bike shop owners are friendly, they're well connected, they know the nice trails in town. So, you know, that's sort of my whole thing. I'm visiting all the bike dealers that sell the trike that I ride. Nice meeting you. I'm gonna have to buy a jar of pickled eggs before I leave. Oh,
we're gonna share
okay.
them. Okay,
Thank
there
you.
we go. There we go. Thank you. We'll probably stop by tomorrow too.
bye-bye. I don't think I've ever eaten a pickled egg before. And I feel like if I'm gonna eat a pickled egg, I should eat a pickled egg from
Chariton.
from there. I've always seen them like in the old timey movies where the bar, you know, has a jar of pickled eggs. And there's always like, how long have those been there? Well, we opened about 100 years ago. I gotta try one of these. They gave me a sample. Jill gave me a sample. Coffee nut cluster. Jill was saying, if you're here, you're seeing like real Americana.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason I wanted to kind of travel around and do this trip, was to see America, because I lived in China for so long.
Yeah.
Have that bike sitting on that rack.
Pork chop is gone. It's in pork chop heaven. It is really interesting how each shop has its own personality. Here at Yankee Peddler, it's a little bit more like down-home Americana in a lot of ways. We're going to be doing a couple rides as opposed to just one. I like that each of these visits, there's only two to compare, but each of these visits is sort of unique. And if each shop that I stop at gives me another little perspective to share, that would be very cool. Oh boy. Holy, that's a single cake. I thought that was gonna be like a like a dime. Look at this. This is a Harley trike. And this guy really likes trikes because he's got a trike and then he's got a smaller trike. So wherever this trike can't go, he's like, I got a trike that can go there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so we're gonna go on a little test ride. What's your name?
EJ.
EJ?
Yeah.
EJ is gonna pick up a tie fly. So I have these new mirrors here. These are mirrors that I got from my visit to Recumbent Bikes of Tennessee. They are properly left and right style. And yeah, I'm gonna dial them in on this little test right here. But it's fun to see somebody try a tie fly for the first time. It It is always nice to see somebody riding a tie fly or riding a trike for the first time. This is not his first trike. He actually rode a Scorpion before. We're gonna ride with the owner of the shop, Dave, and some fellow friend travelers. Loren?
From Lincoln.
All right.
Nebraska, yeah.
You look like you're ready to go.
I've had my trike for about 4.5 years now.
Okay, and you got my pedals on there, and they match the blue. Our first stop is to visit a fella with history.
With history, he's got history.
He's got he is part of history. But we're gonna visit an old friend.
His name is Clint,
Clint.
and he's a woodcarver.
Okay.
He was a woodcarver. At 89, his fingers aren't working like they had been when he was younger.
If you were carving for 89 years,
Well,
that's a lot of years of carving. Okay, well, we're gonna visit there, and then we're gonna go on a ride around town, and it should be fun. I'm taking you along. This town of Chariton is very down-home Americano right here. We got the brick buildings all sort of smushed together. We've got the Piper's Meats candy and grocery shop with jarred preserved goods. Yeah, I stopped in that shop yesterday, met the owner, super sweet lady. I told her I never had those preserved eggs, those preserved jarred eggs. And I said, well, I'm gonna have to get my first jar of preserved eggs from the candy house. Is it okay?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
Well, hi there.
I just retired.
So, Clinton, this is Matt.
How you doing, Clinton? Nice to meet you.
I've been killing weeds this morning.
Can they see a couple of your carvings?
Oh, you did this?
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, wow. How long did it take you to get all the...
Year and 3 months,
A year and 3 months.
and I'm done. Devotion.
I mean, that thing's looking at me.
So, you got some of the big stuff, and then you got some of the really
Oh, minute stuff.
Beautiful.
Wow. You must have had a lot of photos, right?
I did, and everyone was different.
Yeah. These hummingbirds are beautiful. What do you like working with better, stone or wood?
Wood is
Wood.
dirty.
Not so dusty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gotta be
you're
outside.
shaving-
You got to be outside when you work with the stone.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you make your wife very unhappy.
Yeah. I love the detail in the actual feathers.
This
Oh,
Yeah.
moly, look at the
And
frame on that.
Yeah. It's stout.
It's a monster.
These days up there, right there looks good.
Yeah, that's a damper. They call this a leaf spring suspension.
Oh,
It's designed to give a little bit. Flex a little.
I'd probably want a small one like that one to start off.
That might be more your style.
I wouldn't have to duck whenever I got underneath the semi.
One of my best friends, actually, was my grandpa. It took me a little while to appreciate that this man had a life well lived instead of just my old grandpa. Yeah, my grandpa Joe was just basically old grandpa. That's the way I kind of thought about him until I was in my probably late 20s, way too late. But I finally saw him for who he was, a person with wisdom who's been around and had experiences, and you really have to, appreciate your elders. I was talking to Dave about that, and he was saying that maybe China was helpful in that change of perception, because in China, your elders they're like the monarchs of the family, In America, I think maybe there's a lot of, not disrespect, but not really identifying, especially grandkids, And I'm just so glad I was able to experience the laughter and the sharing of stories and just the life that my grandpa had. And, considering him more of my friend than even my grandpa. And so you meet like old people like Clinton, and, you got to open your mind up and look beyond the wrinkles and the lack of some mobility and see that this is a person with like a rich history, with a life well lived, with loss and love and pain and talent and skills. Yeah, good stuff. Got to appreciate that, because you're going to be there soon. Hopefully you'll live a long life and you'll be sitting in a chair telling some young folk dusty stories. And hopefully those young folk treat you like a human and not just an old man. David wants to take me to the Hy-Vee warehouse. Hy-Vee is like a grocery shop. It's a grocery shop, right? Is that like Big Lots then? Sort of like Big Lots? Do you know Big Lots?
No, it'd be like Meijer.
Okay.
If you're from Michigan and Meijer is big there in Michigan.
Yeah. It's funny because I've never heard of Hy-Vee. Crazy how you go to a location and you'll see businesses that are like Hy-Vee is probably part of most of the people that live around here. It's part of their daily life, you know. That's where they go to get groceries, and I've never heard of it. I remember when I went to China, it was Tesco. Like, I never heard of a Tesco. Auchan. Now, you know, you're gonna go to the Auchan, gonna pick up, it's as normal as saying we're gonna go to Hy-Vee here. Woohoo! That is a classy classic right there. Lots of old Americana around here. A whole lot of old Americana. Red bricks, railways, metal-clad warehouses, water towers, and classic cars. Hoorah! All right, we got a little change of plans. Dave has to run an errand, so we're on our way with one short, but we've added a rider. What's your name? Titus. That is a powerful name. Titus is going to be riding with us. All right, so we're going to go over here. A lot of rails around here. We saw the Amtrak going earlier and a bunch of cargo trains running past here, which is cool. Yeah, we're gonna be riding a trail today. This part of America is pretty flat. So just undulating path up and down, a rail to trail path where it's very common in America to convert old rail routes to trail routes. All right, we are on the Cinder Path. The Cinder Path Trail. Starting off kind of nice and wide. A little bit of gravel, but it's nothing to worry about. Every path has a personality, you know. Some are undulating, some are through urban streets, some are through, you know, hilly landscapes, and some are built where there once was a railway. If you're gonna run a railway, it needs to be flat and go on that way for an extended period of time. So a lot of these rail to trails, which are really beautiful, they'll flow through a beautiful forest, or some will like wrap around a lake or whatever, but you're pretty much guaranteed a pretty flat ride. You're not gonna have too much trouble riding on it. Meditative ride, basically. And if you're riding a trike, it makes it all the better, because you're basically witnessing nature from a love seat, you know, from a nice sofa couch. Just super chill, super relaxed, alone with your thoughts or with friends. Just nice. One thing that you will get with rail to trail routes is that you'll get bridges, because obviously the trains won't dip down into a valley. So they kind of have those truss bridges, which will go on tomorrow, actually. And they'll repurpose those bridges when they convert it over to a trail, and it'll have that sort of railway personality. Is that a cat? What is that? There's something in the trail way far up ahead. It's gonna run off before we get there, that's for sure.
Oh, that is black.
It's coming at us. No, it's running away now. What is it? What is it? Is it a pig? It's got a tail.
That looks like an otter.
Is it a coyote?
I don't know. It looks like it had like a flat, round tail.
Yeah, big fluffy tail, right? It was too big for an otter. That thing was big. That was the size of a dog. That was either a wolf, a coyote then. It ran off right around here. Yeah, I think right around here. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think it was?
It was dark.
It was big. That was bigger than a raccoon. That thing, here, right here. You see the grass? Yeah. The grass is laid down. That's where he ran through. I'm thinking coyote. I'm thinking it was a...
Or a lost dog.
Or a lost dog. Could have been a lost dog for sure. It could have been a werewolf. Might have been a werewolf. You're very right. Sasquatch. It could have been a Yeti.
A little one.
Maybe a T-Rex. Do you like dinosaurs? Man, when I was your age. Yeah, they call this path the Cinder Path because what we're driving on is cinder. It's some sort of byproduct of, I think, burning coal, but it's crushed rock, and it's pretty smooth. Actually, it's kind of funny because I'm staying at Dave's house, the owner of Connecticut Yankee Peddler. The drive to his house is gravel. He's like, your van can make it on the gravel? I was like, yeah, I think so. And when I drove on it, that gravel was smoother than the nicest pavement I've ridden on in a while. I mean, it was really, really nice gravel. Dusty, but nice. Stopped on the side of the road. I was looking at this dead tree, which is like super brittle. But this thing's got some nasty thorns. Look at that thing. You don't want to fall on that thing. That thing's gonna hurt you. Yeah, watch your butt. Could you imagine? That's not gonna be, you're not gonna have a good day. Imagine stepping on one of those. It goes clean through your foot. All right, Cinder Path. Nice, relaxing, flat path, well wooded, lots of shade, minimal effort, not very bumpy. Good casual ride. And Titus was the best riding partner a man could ever have.
Well done, aren't you?
We rode a little ways. Titus said that if we went for a bike ride, I have to buy him ice cream.
I'm sure he
Yeah, he told me. He's like, you're obligated to buy me as much ice cream as I want. My dad will yell at me if you don't buy me ice cream. So we're gonna go to Piper's and get some.
Okay, all right.
Do you want ice cream or anything?
No, thank you. I'm trying to stay away from sugar for processed sugar stuff.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I try as well, but it just doesn't work. All right, before we finish the ride for the day, we're gonna get some ice cream at Piper's, which is right around the corner. They have eggs in a jar at Piper's. There you go. What do we got here? Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, peppermint, cookies and cream, and then a cone if you don't want a cone. And he got a waffle cone.
Oh, you got a waffle cone. Same thing as you
Yeah,
get?
yeah.
Okay.
The best way to end a ride. Oh. That was a nice little shop, actually. I bought some pickled eggs, and I said, you know what we need in the van? Pickled eggs. That's what we need in the van. That's what we got in the van now. They're jalapeno flavored pickled eggs. Why? I have no right idea. Will I enjoy them? Probably not. Maybe so, but pickled eggs we bought, and pickled eggs we shall eat. Thank you, Titus, for leading the ride. He was an excellent ride leader. Sometimes I give America a bit of a hard time for having some crime issues and whatnot, but you know, it's all based on location too. Like this area I'm in is like small town America. I mean, everybody knows everybody else. It's extremely chill. I left my trike sitting out here, and I have the deviled eggs in the seat, which, you know, that's a number one. If somebody's gonna steal something, they're gonna take my deviled eggs, but they're still there. My phone is attached. I've got like my wallet and my side bag, and I've got my phone and everything, and my trike just sitting here. I was in the shop for about a half hour. No worries at all, you know? Pretty cool. Nobody took my deviled eggs. This trike is so enormous. Those three 26s really do make it a lot bigger. Is it a well-lived bike?
It's seen a few miles. It still says that it needs more miles on it.
Where does it say that? Is that like, where is that?
No, it told me.
It told you. It speaks to you.
You got to speak to the Trikes every once.
Is it a female or a male?
Well, it's always a female.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you
You
go.
know, like it's her maiden voyage.
Yeah, right.
You know? This would be what? Sunflower?
I was thinking Shanae, but okay.
Did you say Shanae?
I did say Shanae. Okay, Shannon. Yeah.
No, that's
Shanae. It should be okay, right? Because I think I just replaced the chain recently. Is it a little long?
Well, just getting a little.
Yeah, Dave is putting this map together, and he's not quite finished. As a matter of fact, if you look at Iowa here, it doesn't have any pins in it because there's so many pins. It's gonna take you forever, like putting together a 1,000-piece puzzle to figure out all of those. But all of these other pins around the surrounding states, he's kind of punched in here, and the big tacks here are places where there's more than one trike sold there. Yeah, you can see you go all the way over Chicago, down Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska. Hey guys, thanks for watching the episode. If you're interested in following along on the Van and Trike Tour, check out my Map My Travels map in the description below. It shows the path I'm taking, and it'll be updated with dates as I progress along the route. The map was built on an app designed by my friend Tice, and it's something that I've been using since I started cycling around Asia almost a decade ago. Upload routes, customize your points, and even attach videos and images to each point. It's a fun way to share your journey, and it's available now if you're interested. Tice is offering a 50% discount on a coupon code that you can get by capturing the QR code on the screen or just by clicking in the links below. It's a great way to share your tour and help out a fellow cycle traveler. Thanks again, and catch you in the next episode.